welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Back here where we need ya. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome.
Welcome back. All right, give it a stretch. Oh, that's good. All right. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. All right. Welcome back to untilit.works. Hopefully that last work session was a productive one for you. For me, not too bad. I still haven't set up the machine. All right. I don't know why I'm delaying that, but I did do some other things. One of them being that, so SV, this is a thing I was like, I could probably do this, but I wasn't sure. So SVGs, right? That's where a lot of my graphics, I kind of converted to that, so that way I can scale it to whatever size I want. And cool is that it's basically just like code. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you're able to scale it without losing any sort of like quality. So it takes your like image and it does its best to kind of like use math to kind of like trace it out, basically, right? So you're left with like vectors, all right? And so if you ever have a SVG and you have like a code editor or whatever, you can actually put it in there and it'll show you the code for the math, for the lines and everything. And so I was like, I want it for that thing I'm about to, the printer thing, I want a certain color for this image to be printed on, but it's in black and I want to put it in a brown. And so I want to match this filament that I have, right? And so on the website for the manufacturer of the filament, it has like the hex code for the colors. And so I took the brown and I was like, I think I can go through and find all the different codes for the black in the SVG and turn it to the brown, and it should work. And so that's what I did basically. So I took all the occurrences and then anything that was like 0, 6 zeros, and then I put in the color for the brown, and it through all of it, yeah, it worked fine. I'm like, okay, dope. So I did that for some other ones. So I have a brown version of these graphics that I probably going to want to try and print on that thing. I don't know if it takes SVGs, but with that I can create PNGs or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But SVGs is what I normally want to work from, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so looking forward to that. So inching closer to setting up this machine. All right, and I know once I set it up, fingers crossed, it'll probably be like simple, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say, but like not as complex as in my brain I'm making it. You know what I'm saying? I do not know why I do not want to print this thing, but I will work on it, so it will happen. All right, cool. So for this break session, I wanted to first take a trip down memory lane and then talk about some results, some data that has come out of this event. Now, let me share my screen here. Start screen share. All right, so now, as you may know, I've spoken about this before. I have like a travel site, right? So anytime I get to travel anywhere, I have a website. Let me pull it up. Hold on. I'm gonna post a link to it also. Let me put that in here so you can check it out if you so choose. All right, so this is the site, right? And so it's like a travel site, and so let me see here. So this is when I got to go to Barcelona. Did a thing in Dallas, Texas. Yep, commit your code. Shout out to Atlanta for Atlanta Tech Week. All right. I got to put, that was last year Live 360. I don't think I'm scheduled to go to this year's Live 360. Pretty sure. I think that's coming up. So pretty sure I'm not going. Is it this? Here we go. So yeah. So last year in October, I was able to go to GitHub Universe, right? Good times. And so here are some of the photos Now, these are just regarding the actual, I got to walk around and doing stuff before that, but here's kind of like the experience I was having. So it was pretty dope. So they had like this big archway, you know what I'm saying? This is our booth. So my company like sponsored. And so this is like, we had to set up. Did I have this is the actual like area where like all the other sponsors were and stuff. Let's see. Yeah, so there's another view. You know what I mean? And this is like the badges that they had, which was pretty dope. Let me see. Oh, and this is like had like a store and everything that we could like pick up some merch and stuff. So that's pretty cool. Picked up some stuff from there. I bought a bunch of stuff. They had like a podcast studio. So yeah, so let me see. So yeah, so there's a whole bunch of stuff. The career room, a bunch of stuff. And it was with my coworkers. And that was like one of the buildings there. So that was like the building that I just took the pictures from. There was like a whole nother building where like presentations and stuff were happening. So that was pretty dope. I walked around there. So yeah, so you can check out the website for more. The actual URL. Hold on, let me see if I can remember that. Hold on. I have like a shortener to go directly to it. Yeah, here we go. All right, I'm gonna add that as well, so you can check that out if you want. All right. So all that to be saying, all that to say that it was a good time, great times. You know what I'm saying, yeah, it's like the main stage joint. All right, so yeah, very cool. All right, now this year just recently happened, 2025, and there was some information that has come from that. So I wanted to maybe take a look at it, and maybe find something interesting. All right, so here it is. I'm gonna post a link to this as well. So it'll be next to the recording. I don't know if you hear the rain. It's raining outside. So not only does it get darker sooner, you know what I'm saying? And I have to turn on my lights at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but also it's raining. So it's like been cloudy. So it's just mad dark and gloomy. And I just want to take a nap. But I have things to work on, so I won't be doing that. But I want to talk about this. All right. So Octaverse, a new developer joins GitHub every second as AI leads TypeScript to #1. And I would have thought that with AI, a lot of the stuff is in Python. So I thought maybe Python, because I think last year Python was #1, if I remember correctly. I think that's what they were saying. That was like the big news, at least on GitHub, as far as like packages and the languages that different packages on GitHub are written in. And I think that's like due to AI. But now there's a lot of like TypeScript, JavaScript, like also SDKs, you know what I'm saying? So not just Python, but a lot of stuff has been moved over to TypeScript. So I think that's probably what it is. But we'll see. That's just my conjecture. All right. So in this year's Octaverse, we uncover how AI, agents, and typed languages are driving the biggest shifts in software development in more than a decade. All right. That's dope. So here it is, 2025. Whereas in the picture, which picture was it? See, it was Universe 24. And now Octoverse 25. All right. So, all right, cool. All right. If 2025 had a theme, it would be growth. Every second, more than one new developer on average joined GitHub. Over 36 million in the past year. So that's interesting. So it's our fastest absolute rate yet. And 180 million plus developers now work and build on GitHub. Okay. Wow. Damn. And so like every second, more than one new developer. So is that just like when they say new developer, like a new person learning to code? How would they tell that? But just like a new user. So maybe that somebody has had a GitHub account or like another GitHub account. Maybe they signed up for another one. Or maybe like somebody who maybe used another like source control has jumped onto GitHub. You know what I'm saying? Because damn, 36 million. That's a lot of people. Wow. Okay. All right. So the release of GitHub Copilot Free in late 2024 coincided with a step change in developer signups, exceeding prior projections. So maybe people signed up to use GitHub Copilot, they're saying. Maybe. Yeah. Beyond bringing millions of new developers into the ecosystem, we saw record level activity across repositories, pull requests, and code pushes. Yeah, I don't know when's the last time I actually wrote a commit message. I just press a little button, GitHub knows the changes I did, and it does it for me. So it writes it a lot better and more concise than I would have. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I can that's especially the pull requests and the code pushes. I can see that. Developers created more than 230 new repositories every minute. Damn. Wow. Every minute, 230 new repositories. I wonder also, because like I mentioned before, I use like StackBlitz. And so what StackBlitz is cool is like you can create the project and then you can like press one button and it'll publish it to your GitHub for you. So I'm wondering if they can tell if that is a part of that. You know what I'm saying? Because 230 new repositories every minute, that's pretty dope. And when I say new, I wonder if it's like, when people fork things, because that's kind of like a new repository in your own thing. You know what I'm saying? So I wonder if that includes that. So yeah, merged 43.2 million pull requests on average every month. And that's like 23% more year over year. So from like last year. And pushed nearly 1 billion commits in 2025. That's wild. And that's 25. That's a quarter, like more than a quarter from last year, including a record of nearly 100 million in August alone. Wow. Okay. This surge in activity coincides with a structural milestone. For the first time, TypeScript overtook Python and JavaScript in August 2025. So just like 2 months ago, TypeScript overtook Python and JavaScript. Whereas before, I think JavaScript was number one. And like it was like I think it was a battle like 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? But it turns out in August, because I think it was they have a thing. They have a chart that I saw while I was kind of like scrolling through it. That kind of showed throughout the year. I'm sorry for the quick scrolling, but it was come on, hold on. Here we go. Let me see. Top programming language was it in here? Here we go. So yeah, so you see, like in the beginning of the year, so from like 2023, JavaScript is running things, right? But then Python jumped up and it was running things for a little while, right? But then recently, as they're saying, August. So JavaScript is now third because you see, it's like 1, 2, 3. So now JavaScript is third and Python is second. But in actuality, I mean, TypeScript is a superset of JavaScript. You know what I mean? So for me, I mean, if you add them together, then I think even with Python being here, if they added up TypeScript and JavaScript, I think it would have beat out Python, I think. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm like, it is what it is. But, that's cool either way. So, but I think, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's interesting. Go here. Then like it went away, I think, for a while. It probably fell out of the top 10 maybe or something. Interesting. All right. Neither here nor there. So, but yeah, TypeScript is back to number one. I mean, again, I think JavaScript and TypeScript, you can like count them at the same, but whatever. One's compiled, one's not compiled, basically. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's interesting that the superset of JavaScript is now, like, I guess, jumped over the actual thing that it's based on. But yeah. I wonder, like, if that has changed since August. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, reflecting how developers are reshaping their toolkits. This marks the most significant language shift in more than a decade. Really? Okay, and they have like a nice little thing here. It's pretty dope. All right, and again, I just want to like I'm JavaScript in there. It's okay. All right, but I think they're saying that like because of like AI, a lot of see, that's the thing. Newer SDKs and stuff, like they come in TypeScript. You know what I'm saying? But but it's not like JavaScript is still not being used. You know what I'm saying? So in TypeScript, there's JavaScript. I mean, so it is what it is. All right. And the growth we see is global. India alone, India, shout out to India. Wild place. I went to 2 cities in India, Bengaluru and New Delhi. And wow, hectic is not even like a word for it. It's a lot happening at all times in India. And I sensory overload. But either here or there. India alone added more than 5 million developers this year. Over 14% of all new accounts, and is on track to account for 1 in every 3 new developers by 2030. All right, shout out to India putting in work. All right. So okay, so yeah, so this year data highlights 3 key shifts. I'm probably just gonna go over this first part, and you can go check out the rest. Again, I linked to it in the next to the recording of the video, so you can go directly check it out. That's one like the 3 key shifts. Generative AI is now standard in development. Interesting. So more than 1.1 million public repositories now use an LLM SDK. Really? Okay. With 693,000, that's a very specific number, 867 of these projects created in just the past 12 months alone. And I think this is what people are calling like AI slop. You know what I'm saying? So like I showed earlier, like a project that I guess they call it vibe coded, but I just had I had like some requirements. I told a Bolt like, hey, I want this, and this. I don't really care how it looks, so you can decide how you want, but as long as you're doing this, and this, cool. And it did it, and it looks nice. I dig it. So I showed it off last time. It was like the video trim and merging thing application, and then I showed 2 other ones that I had it create like a dashboard and like a mini online store for clients to purchase things for my company. Now, it's just like it's functional, but there's like no back end or anything to it. That's what I'm going to add because I have that all kind of set up myself. But with that, using in Bolt, like I mentioned with Stack Blitz, it's like a one-click button to push these GitHub. You know what I'm saying? So I'm wondering if all these things people are creating, I think the other ones, maybe like Lovable and all the other ones, they probably have something similar. I couldn't imagine why not. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm thinking I'd be interested to see like how much stuff comes from these like AI generators. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Can you do that with like Chat GPT? I never used Chat GPT. And then I wonder with Google Gemini. I have to look in Gemini. I did have it used to like when I was trying to figure out why this thing wasn't working. Like it generated some code, but I don't think I ever generated a project with it with Gemini. But then they have like the whole AI, was it studio workshop thing or something like that? So I've never really tried that. You can create apps in that, I believe. I met somebody who created an app in it. It was pretty impressive. So I'm thinking you could probably push the GitHub from that, probably. Neither here nor there. All right. So so yeah, just in the last 12 months alone, that's 178% from like last year, August. Damn. Wow. Okay. Developers also merged a record 518.7 million pull requests, which is 29% more than from last year. Moreover, AI adoption starts quickly. 80% of new developers on GitHub use Copilot in their first week. Interesting. Okay. I'm hoping they're using it not to like just as a shortcut or anything, you know what I'm saying, but maybe to hopefully like explain some code that we understand, you know what I'm saying? Like, we'll see. All right, like we spoke about before, TypeScript is now the most used language on GitHub. So in August 2025, TypeScript overtook both Python and JavaScript. It rises illustrates how developers are shifting toward type languages that make agent-assisted coding more reliable in production. Okay. Yeah, because I mean, if you have the types, then it's less likely that the LLM or whatever you're using is going to just go off the rails. So you say like it's a string, that this variable is a string, is more likely, I guess, not to make it a number kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So okay, that's cool. Where am I at? Okay. Yeah. So it doesn't hurt that nearly every major framework now scaffolds with TypeScript. Yeah, as I was saying, by default. Yeah. So what you call it? Well, I don't know. I guess we're talking about AI, but I mean just in general, a lot of frameworks have like AI TypeScript, like thing. You know what I'm saying? Like a SDK, or when it generates, it is in TypeScript. Like even like React, I think has like TSX. You know what I'm saying? And so like, because Astro, I think it's been a minute since I created like a brand new Astro project. I've just been kind of like working on other stuff. But I remember, I think you could choose between JavaScript and TypeScript. But I think now is maybe it's just TypeScript. I don't know. But again, you can use JavaScript and TypeScript. You know what I'm saying? It's just a compilation. You know what I'm saying? So if you just want to do JavaScript, you don't necessarily need types or whatever. So, all right. Even still, Python remains dominant for AI and data science workloads, while the JavaScript TypeScript ecosystem still accounts for more overall activity than Python alone. So yeah, so again, so I was saying like JavaScript and TypeScript together. All right, cool. And third takeaway, AI is reshaping choices, not just code. Interesting. In the past, developer choice meant picking an IDE, language, or framework. In 2025, that's changing. We see correlations between the rapid adoption of AI tools and evolving language preferences. This and other shifts suggest AI is influencing not only how fast code is written, but which languages and tools developers use. Interesting. Okay. That's pretty cool. All right. And then they have like a video of basically what they just said there. That's pretty cool. All right. Well, that's pretty dope. And but yeah, there's like a whole thing about how like Indian developers like overtook, like as far as contributors, I think India overtook the United States. But then as far as contributions, I guess it was still the United States over India. But I guess they're saying that that may switch at some point. So that's interesting. So it's pretty cool. It's amazing. Code is like worldwide. It's a worldwide phenomenon. You know what I mean? And so that's pretty dope. So again, I posted a link to this so you can check it out for yourself. A lot of information in there. So if it's your fancy, go ahead. It says about 37 minutes to read it. Damn, that's a lot of information. But yeah, check it out if you so choose. If you want some like pretty interesting reading material. And yeah, cool. I'm gonna get y'all back to work so I can get back to work, because I think I'm actually going to go and just set this thing up. There's like nothing else in the way of me going to set this thing up. You know what I'm saying? The power cable, which I'm hoping is inside of it, that should be in there. And I gotta set up the power to the solar battery. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna plug it in. And I'm probably gonna try and set it. We'll see what happens. All right. So again, I don't know why I'm so like hesitant. Like I want to print on this thing. There's things I want to print on it. Right. So, all right. But yeah, I'm going to make it happen. All right. So I'm going to send you all off with some traveling music. Again, thanks for hanging out. We'll be back around like 15 minutes after the hour. We'll take a look at an artist's website, listen to some music, watch some videos. Maybe they'll come a van. And, but yeah, till then, catch y'all around. I wish you much productivity. This is Nujabez featuring Apani B. The track is called Thank You. All right, thanks, y'all. Be easy. And peace.
But let me start from the heart. I just want to say I thank you all for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard, you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. I thank you all for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard, you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. But let me start from the heart. I just want to say I thank you all for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard, you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. I thank you all for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard, you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. But let me start from the heart. I just want to say I thank you all for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard, you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. I thank you all for showing love to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity.